Welcome back, you degenerates, to the hottest podcast on earth. And yes, I know it's been a long, long time since we've seen you. Morgan went on vacation. I had personal things going on. But we did not forget about our boys back home. Now, did we,
We did
Morgan?
not. We definitely did not. And the boys who stayed with us, they know that we did not forget about them.
Absolutely not. Before we go any farther, I want to give credit where credit is due. Congrats to the hottest handicapper on the fucking planet. The one, the only, the legend, the immortal Mr. Morgan fucking Watkins, aka Mr. MoWats, aka Mr. Lechuga. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling great. I'm sweating right now. I had the two games in play that we're both watching. I'm sweating them. It's early still, so let it go. But I'm feeling phenomenal. This is the best streak. We both were saying a pre-show that we both had great streaks before, but this one's an all new ball game for me. You did the math for me. I'm a well-known. I'm not a math guy. Everyone knows it. I can't do math to save my life, but you did the math for me, and I'm on a heater, baby. I'm 20-2 in my last 22.
22 and 2
I'm
currently.
sorry, 20. Yes, that's right. I forgot I didn't add the 2 from tonight so far. Yep, 22-2 in my last 24 plays.
And this isn't like when he said he was 70% in the NBA and was just talking out of his ass. I went back. I
This is
fact checked
real. This
everything.
is real, Mac. We are
100%.
22-2 in the last 24. We are on a 13 play win streak currently.
Yep.
My Trailblazers closed the half phenomenally. Only
Let's
down
go,
5.
boys.
Let's
All right.
fucking
For
go.
those who are listening, those who are watching our faces, that watching our own TVs at the time, we're both very distracted. Me,
Yeah. Big time.
For those who don't know, I use an offshore book, and as of middle of June, I can no longer use it in the state of New York. So I can't deposit any more money. And I went on a very cold streak right before the playoffs started. I was playing some blackjack. I won a lot. I withdrew like a fucking idiot. And I only had $200 left in there. Lost one. I lost it because of KD. We'll get into that later on. KD over fucked me. So I put the last money into something I never do. My New York Islanders money line, Lightning money line, and the Bucks money line tonight. 3-game parlay. Hit it and knocked it out of the park. I'm feeling great. So
It's a beautiful thing. The boys are fucking buzzing. The barn is rocking right now.
ooh, the barn is rocking once
Look at
more.
that! Look at that background right now. That's what the boys are doing right now. We are fucking partying. We are
Yes,
living
sir.
large at this moment. It's been a great ride. Inevitably, unfortunately, I'm sure it'll end eventually. But for right now, we are having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun with it. Sports are more fun when you're making money off of them.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
been such a ride. And, we said pre-show, and I said to Billy, because Billy's not a big NBA guy, playoff NBA is a whole different animal. The teams actually give a shit every single night, unless you're the Miami Heat and you just choose not to show up for the entire playoff series. But they actually give a shit, and they're, busting their asses out there.
Yep.
Even the lowly Washington Wizards, who have run into the wagon that is my 76ers, they're trying. They're doing their best. They ain't
Yeah.
talented enough.
And as much as you love NBA, I love the NBA playoffs. Like I tell people, oh, I hate the NBA. I hate the NBA. I watch every NBA playoff game because it is the best of the best trying. When they play defense, when they're diving on the floor for the ball, when they're doing this, going the whole nine, it is a phenomenal product. But regular season NBA, it's a shit show sometimes.
Yeah, you
But
never know who's people are sitting out constantly. No one's sitting out in the playoffs.
And
They're
as
in there
we
every
speak,
single fucking
we're
night.
about to drop the puck on the third period Predators Carolina game, which I have money on the Preds money line, which is I think is a great bet. I think it's a sharp bet. I do think that Carolina winds up winning the series, but Nashville wins tonight. I'm also on the Blazers -3.5. So I'm sitting on the couch tonight. I'm not sitting in the chair, so I won't fall out. But just be prepared, guys. If you hear a lot of yelling, Morgan's got some money on the line. I got some money on the line. He's got money on both the NBA
Morgan's got
games
a
going.
lot of money on the line. Morgan's got a lot of
So,
money on the line. Morgan's been winning, so he can play with a little bit more.
you
Yeah,
know,
so right now I'm on Phoenix Suns +7. We're currently down by 8 with about halfway to go in the third period. And then I'm on Portland -4. We are down 5 at the half. So we're still in good shape for both games. We're not doing any. Oh, I also have Anthony Davis over 25.5 points. He's at the free throw line right now to put him at 19.
that's
So that
beautiful.
he missed one. So
That's all
maybe
right.
we're still looking great. Take advantage of it now. It's how it's been with Damian Lillard the first few nights, how it was with Embiid the first game. Take advantage of these guys before their numbers get back up to a high number. Anthony Davis had a shitty game one. He put up, I think it was 30 or 13 points, I think it was. He came out with a fucking vengeance in game two. Put
Yeah.
up, I think it was 32 points, and I almost had a triple double.
Yeah, he put up a lot of shots, though.
Hey,
It's
keep
fine.
going.
Listen, a
That's
win is a
where
win is a win.
that's where the Jordan Clarkson play comes in, baby. I know my man is a gunner. He's just gonna keep letting them rain from everywhere.
I was like, he's got to lose a game eventually. He's got to lose. He's got to lose a bet eventually. And I just checked the box score because I was like, there's no way that one's gonna hit. There's no way Jordan Clarkson's gonna hit 16 points. It's just not gonna happen. Not tonight. This motherfucker. He has over 15 and a half points. What does he do? 16. Unbelievable.
Keep
Feed.
feeding me. Keep feeding me.
He can't lose.
It's I
Where
I go.
I'm going.
Oh, that's not good. Update right now. We're down by 13 in the Lakers Suns game. Not great.
You're
Not ideal.
13 or 13 overall.
Oh no, it's 13 in the game. I'm down
Okay,
6 right now.
that's fine.
I guess I'm
Um,
7 technically.
where I was going was that as good as the NBA playoffs are, there is no better playoff than the NHL playoffs. More games than not have gone into overtime. We've seen a triple overtime game. We've seen multiple double overtime games. And especially, I know your team is out. Rest in peace to the Flyers. It was a
What gave it
letdown.
away? The lack of the playoff beard that we had to get rid of.
Yeah. And I saw him. I was like, oh man, it looks like you're missing something. Definitely not a playoff beard or anything. Um, but
Our team stinks. We get it. We can move on. We don't need to
no,
talk shit
what
about
I'm
our
just trying
Flyers.
to.
We
I'm not
stunk.
talking about shit team. That's not what I'm here for. I'm just talking about how great NHL playoffs are. Every game is just brutal to watch. You never know.
NHL playoffs are light years ahead of any other playoff system in pro sports. They
Yes.
are by far the best ones. I don't want to hear Super Bowl and
What
uh,
a save!
I love
Oh,
that.
you'll
I
see
like
that. You'll
that.
you'll see that on SportsCenter
I love
tonight,
that.
boys and girls. Oh
NBA
boy.
NBA playoffs are awesome. Baseball playoffs are kind of boring, obviously. There is nothing like NHL playoffs, NHL atmosphere in a barn. God damn, you go to the Wells Fargo Center down there for a Flyers game where we actually are kind of good. Ooh, there is no place louder. I was watching that Islanders game
Balls.
last night. That place was fucking buzzing.
Bro, there was 7,000 people there. I remember when they first made it back to the playoffs after missing for, I don't know, 11 years. When they played the Pens, I was there for game 6. The series went to 7, they wound up losing. I was there for game 6. John Tavares scores in overtime. I'm sitting on the top level in Loudville. Back when it was Loudville before they changed it to Blue and Orange Army. And they wanted to be more start an
Oh,
Instagram page. When it was loud,
Loudville was
you
so
get
much
seats.
better.
You get seats for fucking $6 when they were terrible. That's where I was sitting up there with the boys. Anyway, the fucking ceiling tiles were falling off, bro.
Oh,
That's
those are my
how.
people.
Oh,
Those are
bud.
those are salt of the earth people up there. You
Yes,
give me those
sir.
guys in the top rows, those are my kind of people. Those are my Philadelphia scumbags up there. I
Mm-hmm.
love those people.
That's why I get along with people from Philly. As much as scumbags you guys are, it's the hockey in me that brings out that love.
Salt to the earth, baby.
Yes, sir. Let's get started. Let's get some picks going. I'm gonna start off with the NHL. I'm gonna talk for a minute about the one game that's on Friday, because I can't talk about my Islanders. Because guess what? They moved on. We're moving on. Anyway, uh, I'm gonna be taking the Wild in the most definitely needed, most gotta watch, can't miss hockey Game 7. There's nothing more electric than a Game 7 NHL playoff game. I'll be taking the Minnesota Wild, and I'll be taking the under. I talked about this a couple weeks ago when these two teams matched up the end of the regular season, which I wound up losing the bet. Ooh. But it was a dangle and then he just whipped. I told you
Whip
guys we're
it.
gonna be distracted this whole episode. Uh, the Wild are one of two teams in the history of the Golden Knights to have a winning record against Vegas. The other team is the Avalanche, who've been the best team in hockey for the past couple of years. But the Wild, the only team to have 15 wins against Vegas in their history. I love that. Year in, year out, the Wild just have their number. So I love the Wild in a must-win, can't-lose situation. It's gonna be a close one, kind of like the whole series has been. Game 6 was a very close game. The score didn't show it. It said 3-1. There was a late delay, a game penalty off of a challenge that brought in a power play goal at the end and then an empty netter to make it 3-0. The game was really a 1-0 game to the very end in the third period. Honestly, if you don't know, I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks, 3 weeks to be exact. From recording of this, I would be on a plane. I kind of hope Vegas wins this game. Kind of hope I get to see them in the Western Conference Finals live in the T-Mobile Arena, which is an electric building to watch hockey. And if you haven't gone, you must go. Come early, go watch the whole crowd chant "Go Knights, go" during the national anthem. It's beautiful. But when it comes down to it, where my money is going to go is going to be Minnesota. They're a defensive team first. They don't mind staying late in their own zone. They don't need to be playing offense the whole time. They wait for a team to make their mistakes, and they get down and dirty. I want the team that relies on defense, not just strong goalie play. Both these goalies have been playing off their heads. So I expect it to be a low-scoring Game 7, where the chances usually a little bit harder to come by. Game's a little bit tighter, a little bit more rough. So, yes, give me the Minnesota Wild for the Game 7 and give me the under. The bigger play for me will be the under 5.5. I love it. You can't talk me out of this. Okay, we're good. Sorry. I'm gonna
This is the first time in betting the diagonal history that I have let anybody else go off on any tangent or rant whatsoever without saying a single word.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get into my NBA as well because you're probably a little bit busy, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong on anything. Because you are the hottest NBA player in handicapper in the world. Tomorrow I'm going Nets minus 7.5 against the Celtics. This is what I was talking about at the beginning of the show. I have a bone to pick with the Celtics. On any given night, the Nets are 20 points better than the Celtics. On a bad night, really. On a bad night, they're 20 points better. I had Kevin Durant over 26.5 points. That pick was given to me by a good friend of mine, a fellow person I'm going to Vegas with. And our producers texted me about my microphone that's been at his house for a week and a half. Don't worry about him; he's an idiot. Kevin Durant ended the third quarter with 25 points. They were up by 35. Kevin Durant never saw the hardwood again.
It's real tough.
Oh, what a beat! Oh, come on.
That's a top 5 all-time bad beat right there.
For me, it comes down to this simple fact. Larry Bird isn't walking out of the locker room arm in arm with Taco Fall anytime soon. Give me the Nets minus 7.5. I know you don't like this play, but I love this play. It's a lean. It's not an actual play yet. I'm gonna bet it tomorrow. I know I am. I'm going Clippers money line minus.
You're doing money line. Okay.
Yeah, money line. It's a 2-point spread.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Makes sense.
For me, if it's under 2 or under, I'm just gonna take the money line in the NBA. It's a gut feeling. I don't care if Morgan takes the Mavericks because he's been on the Mavericks every single time they've played this year, so it does have no effect on my life. He's a Luka Doncic stan. It's a third. I do the records now. Now that Troy Young Jr. is no longer with us. Um, it's a third of his losses all year has been the Mavericks. No matter
Yeah,
what side he bets on.
that sounds pretty. That sounds pretty accurate.
So
It's Mavericks and fucking Nuggets. Those two assholes all year have been just destroying me. And of course, come playoff time, no, now they're kicking my ass. No, I guess not really kicking my ass since I'm 20, 22 and 2 in my last
woo,
24. But
woo,
woo.
gas him up. Talk that talk. For me, it's a lean. I'll probably play it. You'll see it on Twitter tomorrow. Almost guaranteed to be on my card tomorrow because I'm gonna need some action. There's only one hockey game. Saturday, Sixers -5.5. Get it before it's too late. Morgan told me about it. I love it anyway. Just that was a little bit farther down on my book. I haven't looked at it for 2 days.
I'm days ahead.
Well, me too. I
I'm a
posted the Bucks
well-oiled
2
machine
days
right
ago.
now.
I
I know.
posted the Bucks 2 days ago.
When you said that pick, I was so confused. I was like, "Did I miss a game somewhere?" Like I'm betting every single game. It's like, where did I miss one at? And then I was like, "Okay, he had to have fucked this up somehow."
Because it shows like the little date at the top. I'm not looking at the date. I'm looking at the numbers. I saw Bucks -1.5. I was like, oh, give me that money line. Give it to me for free. And I'm also taking Sixers first half because it always works. And that's going to be my NBA card up until Saturday. Morgan, speak to the boys and girls at home. Tell them the knowledge. Instill in them.
People. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but you got to trust me at this point. Right now, you don't have to in a week or two when I go cold or whatever. But right now, you don't like one, you don't like two, you don't like just three of my picks. No, if I put a 7-pick card up, you like all 7 of them. Because what happens when you say, I only like 3 of them? Your boy goes 7-0 that night, and he dunks on you when you start chirping a little bit. I will come after you. So you got to ride with what's working. I'm white hot right now. It is unbelievable. Like I said, I've never felt this kind of high in all of my gambling years. I've had nice little stretches, but this here is something else. But we got a couple games going on right now. For tomorrow's games right now, what I'm looking at now, all of this, there's 2 locked in plays at the moment. I have a couple more leans that I'll do a little bit more digging into and see what I like about them. But the first lock of the game for tomorrow night for myself will be the Nets 7.5. Boston and Miami are cooked. They are shot. They cannot play with the up. There is very clear delineation in the tiers in the East right now.
Drop
It is
that
the
vocab
Sixers,
on them.
it is the Bucks, and it is the Nets by a significant margin. And I said to Billy a little bit ago, as a Sixers fan, I was afraid of the Heat. The Heat were the team I was the most afraid of those 3. The Heat are cooked. They got to turn the Heat up if they want to come back in this series. Boston is cooked. They have not been able to do much of anything. The Nets are just going up and down the court on them. James Harden is playing out of his mind as the facilitator in that offense. I love the Nets at 7.5. I will probably look at the half spread. It hasn't come out yet for me. I'm guessing it'll probably be around 4.5. I will probably take that as well. A lean that I have in that game will be the over at 227 right now. The Nets are just scoring on all cylinders. Boston has not been able to stop anybody. Boston has no interior presence. That is why they cannot stop the Nets. The Nets can get to the rim at will whenever they want. And whenever they crash the rim, okay, we kick it out to Joe Harris, who drops 22 in the first half the other night. Which really cucked the Kevin Durant over in those points. But he kicks it out. So I love the over in that game. It's leaning more towards a play. We'll see where it gets to. I'm not certain just yet. But the definite play there will be, wow. The Lakers have missed 2 straight dunks, LeBron and Anthony Davis. It's actually like wide open dunks.
No.
Crazy.
Michael Jordan would never. Michael Jordan would never.
That's right. Michael Jordan would not. Joel Embiid would not either. But we'll get into that later.
He just cried.
Shut up. So, other definite play I have right now that's locked in is going to be the Mavs and Clippers over 219.5.
I like that.
The Clippers, another team. that is, in my opinion, I think they're cooked. They should be better than the Mavericks. I think they're tuning out Tyronn Lue. I think they're giving him the Doc Rivers treatment from last year where they just shut it down with him. Tyronn Lue, for all that, for him winning a championship and everything, he had LeBron. LeBron's a cheat code. You should win a championship when you have LeBron. What did Tyronn Lue do? LeBron's the head coach, not Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue's never done anything that's really impressed me that much. When they were talking about him becoming the Sixers coach, I didn't like it. I had no interest in him whatsoever. That's right, Caruso. You fucking miss at the rim. I love it. Come on, get it, Ayton. This is a disclaimer. I am becoming a huge DeAndre Ayton fan. Huge DeAndre.
I already was.
Yeah, LeBron, talent bum. Throw another one out of bounds.
Come on.
And the Portland's only down by 5 right now. I love that. This is all over the place. I am so far off the rails with this tonight. We're on the Mavericks Clippers over 219.5. Mavericks are cooking right now. Porzingis has been playing extremely aggressive, not only just shooting the ball, but also actually getting his ass down inside the paint, where he does not do all that great at, but he's getting himself down there. There are extra guys, Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway is making himself a ton of money right now. Tim Hardaway might be a player prop pick for tomorrow, potentially for his points once I see the number.
The good old Greg special?
We'll see. We might have to bring it back. I heard a yes coming from upstairs too. So we'll see about that one. As for the game itself, I do like the Mavericks. Like I said, Clippers right now look cooked to me. It's just they don't care enough. Playoff Paul George, he sucks. He's a bum. He gets his opportunities and he can't do it. Kawhi can't do it himself. Kawhi actually looks like he's getting very old very fast. I think his knees are going to give out on him pretty quick. So I'm leaning Mavericks in that game. We'll see where we go with that. If I do take that, that will be Mavericks money line though, and we'll just let it ride. Other game for tomorrow that is a lean at this point. Knicks and the Hawks. I like the under 211 in that game. And actually, since we started recording, that number dropped from 212 to 211. So Vegas is seeing it now as well. I like the under. Both of these two teams, the Knicks, Thibodeau is one of the most well-regarded defensive coaches in basketball. That under hit pretty easily last night with them, even though I remember I was texting Billy sweating it because I'm just, when you're on a heater like this, you're going to get real scared real fast. But I do like that. As for the game itself, I probably lean Hawks at the moment, but that could go back and forth. I don't know where that's going to head just yet. I'm sure I will have some player props coming up. Trae Young for points, I'll probably be interested in because now that he is public enemy number 1 for New York, he's going to want to stick it to him every time he plays them. You don't make fun of a man's balding hair unless you're betting the diagonal boy and you're taking shots at people. That's the only time you're allowed to make fun of fading hairlines. And
I do it way too often, but that's between friends. It's not between like you don't pass out. You see, they were passing out flyers.
That was so dumb.
No, that's a chirp, bro. If that was in a hockey game, forget it.
We have some. How do I miss that? Anthony Davis is limping.
That ain't good. You know what else is good? Portland's down by 11. Oh, now they're down by 9. Right.
I see that in my top right corner. As I say that, I think Anthony Davis just hit 25.5. That's 3.
I can check it for you.
3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm doing my math right, which we know I'm not the math guy.
He has 30 points.
Well, there you go. That's 3 in a row.
No, that's 23 and 2.
23 and 2, baby. Let's fucking go. Yeesh. That is a 92% hit rate right now in my last 25 plays.
No way that bad.
That is no, it is actually. I can do 25 because you just times it by 4. That's an easy math for me. And 23 times 4 is 92. That's right. Check it out.
Oh, it is.
That's right.
Wow, he's getting better.
The kid can't miss. He hits everything.
Who is this guy anymore?
I'm a new man. It's when you get rid of the playoff beard. I can actually, my brain is clear for once.
Now imagine cutting that lady hair. Ooh.
All right, well, let's watch. Give me the and one, please. You got hacked right there.
Welcome to Ben and Agno, where we watch live sports on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just this night is. My whole hair is gonna turn gray tonight. Other than that, like I said, I'll have some player props. I'm sure. Other locks that I have locked in right now, like Billy said, Sixers -5.5. I'm already on that. I have a big 5-unit play on that right now. They are just the Wizards have no shot against the Sixers. They're going to roll in there and just take them out, especially with Russ potentially out for the game. He's questionable right now with the injury. That if as it gets a little bit closer, he's ruled out. That number's jumping up to 10.5 quick. Hey,
what's your opinion on the popcorn thing? While we're talking about that, because there's a lot of, like in New York sports radio, there's a lot of talk about that guy should get arrested, and I think that's a little over the top.
I'll address that part first. I think the Knicks fan spitting on Trae Young is significantly more egregious than pouring popcorn on somebody. And I, as a Philadelphia fan, am extremely, and you're used to this as a Philly guy, but livid with the national media that the front page article, second article on SportsCenter is Philly fan dumps popcorn on Russell Westbrook, but there's not a single mention of the Knicks fan spitting on Trae Young anywhere.
Well, that's because that hairline is way too far gone for him to ever be a superstar.
So infuriating. This is the life of Philly fans. We never hear the end of it. The whole throwing batteries at Santa, all the different stuff. Get over it, all right? There are in every single fan base, there is a little section, a 1% section that misrepresents the entire fan base. Kyrie the other night talking about Boston being racist. Yes, it's documented that there's been moments of this. That does not mean every fan of the Celtics is racist by any means. It is so. Some of these things are so overblown.
Question.
The Philadelphia thing drives me nuts. Yes.
Have you ever been to Boston?
I have never been to Boston.
Oh, so
I've actually wanted to go to Boston for a long time.
We should go.
I hate Boston is my least favorite city in the country. I hate Boston.
No, bro, I promise you would love it. Great.
I'm sure the town I'd love. There's no sports teams I hate more than Boston teams, though. They are
like a 2% chance I might have to take the trip next Sunday to go to TD to go watch my Idols play. 2%. You'll get a phone call.
All right. You know what? Maybe I'll even make a trip with you. Maybe I'll come with you.
Listen,
we can swing some things possibly.
It's 2% chance. 2% chance.
But as I said, that the whole the popcorn thing. Yes, it never should have happened. It is a terrible representation of fans, especially when fans are just now getting back into the stadiums and everything, and this is happening. That should never happen. The fact that it's popcorn, I think it's definitely being blown a bit over, out of proportion because it is. It's not like it's a drink or anything. It's popcorn. Yeah. However, like I said, it should not happen. It is egregious by any fan to do that. It is reprehensible. If you do that, lifetime ban is harsh, but you should be banned in some fashion from that. There is, and especially, I think basketball is much different, obviously, than so many other sports because you are literally right on the court. You are right there with the players and stuff.
Yeah.
Already see all the chirping that goes back and forth. I've been to plenty of Sixers games. I chirped for hours at Carmelo Anthony one night when he was with the Knicks. I never said anything past over the line or anything, but I was chirping at him all night. He was chirping at me all night. It was a good time. It was great. Whatever. But
back when Joe Skinner was a Carolina Hurricane, he turned around and started yelling at me once. I was sitting right behind the penalty box. I was fucking chirping him like you wouldn't believe.
It's part of sports. It happens. There are lines that should not be crossed. No one should ever be throwing anything at any players.
Yes.
No one's spitting on any players. I understand where the players are coming from with it by all means. It's the safety part I think is definitely overblown. You're not going to at least I don't think there's ever been a documented death by somebody getting popcorn thrown at them.
He could be allergic.
I guess that's probably he could be allergic to it.
You never know now. These people with the tree nut allergies.
It is, who knows? Fuck yeah, we're back within single. We're only down by 8. Come on, sons, let's go. Like I said, though, it's a tough situation. It shouldn't happen. I think it's being blown out of proportion a little bit, though. But I do get it at the same time, and it looks bad on any fan base, particularly my fan base, because we already will always have it. We just gave up a goal, didn't we?
Yeah.
We tied.
Yes, we did. Tie game.
Don't like that.
Tie game.
But
You know
yeah,
why? I don't want to cut you off. This is the last time I'll cut you off, I promise. Fuck NBCSN. They put up a stat right before the play happened where Carolina was outscoring Nashville 8-2 in the third period. They just mushed us.
don't like that at all. You mean so? Last play, I guess I'll have because we'll move on from that topic. I can go on for that for hours.
Please don't.
I am going to take an alternate line on the Sixers though, and I did tell you. I texted you this earlier. I have an alternate alternate line right now. Sixers minus 9.5 as well. 5.5 is too little for the Sixers, and if I can get it early before Westbrook might get ruled out and that number jumps up, absolutely give it to me. This, like I said, the Sixers are a wagon. It is going to be a double-digit win. I feel very confident in that. I will never guarantee it. You do not make guarantees in sports gambling. We've learned this. That's why we were guaranteed a third chair at one point in time, and it faded away. Whatever. So we won't do that. But I love an alternate line here. Make a little bit extra money. I believe I got it at plus 440 for that alternate line. It's beautiful. I'll take that all day long. I believe in my Sixers. I watch every single game. I watch every minute of every single game. The Wizards cannot hold their jock strap right now.
That's fact.
I do not have any other ones. I will say this, though. Be on the lookout for more golf plays coming up. I didn't win it, but I had a great PGA weekend. All 5 of my plays finished in the top 10. Billy, we were talking a little bit ago about the Charles Schwab Invitational going on right now.
So angry.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my plays posted in time before the round started, but I do have Spieth at plus 900, who is currently in first place at 7 under.
I'm so angry.
I'm seeing all the sports right. I'm seeing every sport right now pretty good.
I'm so angry that I had no money left in the account because I read a whole fucking it was like a college fucking term paper about how Jordan Spieth is gonna win this event, and he was plus 900. I had no money. I checked tonight after the Bucks. First thing I did, check after the Bucks finished my parlay for the win. He's plus 180. There's no value in that. I'm so angry at myself.
Yeah, and there's too much of a probability that he still loses. So there's no value in that play. You have to get him in the beginning. That's what makes golf fun. Watching. I don't know if you watched the PGA on Sunday, but it was electric to watch. It was so much fun.
Whoa, down boy! I know Lefty got you excited, but jeez.
Oh, I don't know what just happened there. That was a burp hiccup all at the same time. It came up real weird. Oh no. LeBron is just taking over this game currently. It's not good. Yeah, that's the plays I got right now. I'm sure a lot of things are leans right now. I have a very good routine at this moment with my plays. I'm starting the research and the looking, and I'm very much going off the gut though. I'm going instincts, what I know. I know playoff basketball. I know teams are going to show up. Unless you're the Miami Heat, nobody's laying down, right? Everyone's going to show up in these games. So I'm letting it simmer for a little bit. I'm getting the plays kind of in my head around noonish each day. I think I sent you a picture today of my card, probably around 11 or noon, give or take, of whom I was, really feeling and everything. Oh no, not again! Oh no, not again!
I would like to make an announcement. I broke my number one rule. I didn't say it on the podcast. I don't bet on my New York Islanders unless 2 things. There's a 5th string goalie coming in like they did like 4 years ago when they played the Kings and they won by 6 goals. Or if I know deep down in my guts, right? Right next to the lower intestine, you get that feeling like, oh yeah. That is when I bet on my New York Islanders, and that's why I did it. If you ever see me bet on them, it won't happen again. Unless they made the Stanley Cup Finals, and I don't have a choice. I got to do what I got to do. But I only bet on them when I know that they're going to win that game. my college roommate texted me when the Penguins scored first. Like, oh, this game's over. I'm like, I'm confident. It was 2-1. Like, they're like, oh no, this is over. You know what happened? The rain, thunderstorms came down on Long Island like a fucking hurricane. Like you wouldn't believe. Power went out very briefly while I was at work. I was scrambling, couldn't watch the game on the TV. Came right back on. You know what happened? Islanders score a goal. You know what happens a minute later? They score another one. You know what happens 5 minutes later? They score a third goal. The Isle
Another.
of Death was risen up. New York sports are taking over the world. That's all I'm gonna say. Knicks tape, baby. You know the vibe. That was
Oh,
for
get
Jared.
that.
That was for
I
Jared.
hate that. I've always hated that so much.
You know the vibes.
Uh,
Shout out to the Knicks for finally winning a playoff game in what was it, like 12 years, something like that.
the first time ever they decided to show up. I think it was. I think it is 12 years actually.
I know it was double-digit years.
The process hadn't even started yet. The last time the Knicks made the playoffs.
Yikes!
Yikes!
It looks like this hockey game's gonna go into OT there, Mo. It's gonna be a little. We're gonna have a little sweat on our hands while we close this one out. Morgan, where can I find you on Twitter? Let's close it out before this goes off the rails.
Even if these two plays fail to hit tonight, I will have gone 3-2 today, which puts me at 23-4 over the last 27. So
hold on. What is the percentage on that?
Jesus, it's less than,
yeah.
less than 92, but more than 80, somewhere in that window. So the heater will continue. We're getting another positive day, so we'll keep looking after that. You can find me at Betting the Diagonal. First off, you will find my plays right there. You can find me personally at MoWats26. Throw me a follow, throw me a like. I've been not only has my plays been on fire of late, my tweets have been on fire of late. I wish I had more real followers because I would have had much more action on it. I had such a great tweet the other night that just said it was Shooter McGavin blew a 4-stroke lead on the back nine. Hashtag never forget. Fire tweet. Fire tweet.
Yeah, it was funny.
I have it screenshotted to post on my Instagram where it will get much more action and everything. It was hysterical. I was cracking up just reading it, just sitting there going, shooter, the whole time. I was loving it. But yeah, you can find me at MoWats26. Plays will get posted there from Betting the Diagonal, where all my plays are posted. I'm typically getting plays posted around 5 o'clock in the evening, give or take ish, when I get home from work. Unless I just get a little antsy and I just post them at work, I like to get a little bit extra time to think about them before I make commitments. However, if there are early games on, you better believe I will have something up there. I will have a play for every NBA playoff game there is, whether it's 1 play, 2 plays, 10 plays. I'll have something going on. Where can I find you at, my man? Hockey guy, Billy Hockey himself. Where's he at?
I of course at Betting Diagonal on Twitter. I will be more consistent. Hockey for me, it's when I see the game. Like this game, I loved it. The Wild game, I love it. But I didn't realize I didn't post a card for almost a week.
Yeah,
because I
was the only one posting a card for a little bit. I had an excuse when I was in South Carolina because I can't gamble in South Carolina. But I came back and I was like, oh man, where's my boy at here? My boy.
I was trying times, but it wasn't. I didn't really. I was kept going 50%, 50%, 50%. I wasn't seeing it. Wasn't looking good. Since then, I'm 6-1. Hopefully 7-1 by the end of the night. Oh, actually, only 8-1 because I officially posted the Blazers pick. You can find me at Billy FFD on my personal account, FFD_podcast. Boys and girls, first episode of Fantasy Football Degenerates podcast will be recorded on Tuesday. Brand new green screen. We've got plenty of stuff coming. Me and Hartree93 on Twitter, Mike Hartree, my co-host. He's going to claim he's the actual host, but I'm the man with the real information. He's the comedic interludes like Morgan is, besides when he goes on a heater. But you know how it is.
It's like we have a great thing though here. We both know, like, we're the co-host here.
Yeah.
My man threw me a shout out today. That's my co-host.
Dude, that's my
I love
fucking
that.
co-host, boy.
That pumped me up so much. That really,
Gas
it
you up.
almost got into my head because it gassed me up so much. I'm like, oh, let's fucking go. I need to get with the boys right now. Have some libations, get a little music going. I've just been sitting here. I've been vibing with the chain smokers all night. Fucking mellow. That's right. 3 to the dome right there. Let's go, boy.
I told you, bro. 3 the
I
dome. You
hate
know the pod.
Carmelo, but you give me that 3 to the dome when I need you to hit that -4, 4 under. Oh, whoa, Jokic just got punched in the face.
Anyway,
I'm
episode,
mixing up
I
Jokic.
believe how it goes is Thursday. Episode will be out. I've been kind of slacking on the writing. I just have to edit. I got 4 articles ready to go. I just have to fucking edit them. They'll be coming up sometime soon. Mock drafts, all this great stuff. We're starting off breaking down everything that happened, free agency, this, that, third, new green screen. I don't know what we're putting on the green screen. I wish, similar like how we have here, we can just put whatever background we want. I'm gonna do something wild for the first episode, guarantee you that. Boys, Mo, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Good to be back, bud. Good to
It
be
is great to be
back,
back.
by the
I
way.
have been looking forward to this. We were going to do this Tuesday night, but there was a little bit of miscommunication on the side of Mr. Billy Football here. I was sitting there, laptop ready to go and everything. I sent him a text saying 10:30 tonight, and it went like 20 yards over his head. And next thing I knew, it was 12:40 in the morning. I was like, "Oh, I guess we're not podcasting tonight. I'm going to bed."
I got the text message said 10:30. 10:30 what? Who's got 10:30? Is that
I thought Tuesday night. We know what we're doing on a Tuesday night. I thought it was pretty easy, but we were out of our rhythm. We haven't been here in a little bit. It's been 2.5 weeks, give or I think it was 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks since the last episode. We gotta get the mojo back and everything. We're getting back into the rhythm. We're going to be obviously much more consistent with it with playoffs going on.
Yeah, we'll be here throughout playoffs, and after that, I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure something out. So I fucking hate baseball.
Yeah, I'm not.
We'll
I'll get
for
more.
sure be back for the Olympics, guaranteed.
Oh, I'll be here for Olympics for sure. I'm sure I'll have baseball here and there, but I'm all in on NBA basketball right now. I'll sprinkle some NHL right there. I ride and die with my boy Billy Hockey when it comes to hockey picks. My man tells me Predators money line. We're on the Predators money line.
We're going to OT.
Leafs money line when we're down 3-0. I was already on the Leafs money line down 3-0.
They always had that one.
Beautiful sight.
Boys and girls, until Tuesday,
21.
we
Jesus.
are back, and we will see you next week.